Hi, my name is Sam Colson. I am in the Instructional Technology Master's Program at Kennesaw State University. I'll be graduating in December 2014. I created a capstone project entitled Using Smartboard Software to Create a More Interactive Classroom. This is my video presentation. I hope you enjoy it. For the problem and need in my school, I noticed there were many teachers who rarely or never utilized technology in their classrooms. Every room in my school is outfitted with a projector, a smartboard, as well as the accompanying software for the smartboard, which is called Notebook. It's a simple program which is installed on every teacher's laptop that allows them to utilize the smartboard to its fullest. Many of the teachers in my school only use the smartboard as a glorified screen. They never use it for anything that involves any sort of interactive activities. They use it to display models, PowerPoints, things like that, but nothing that's interactive whatsoever. In addition, a great deal of teachers were totally unaware of the fact that there was a program on their laptops that was solely dedicated to creating smartboard lessons. For my capstone proposal, I spoke with my principal during the 2013-2014 school year about creating and delivering a series of professional learning seminars based on the notebook software that comes with the smartboard technology hardware. My principal suggested that I begin with one or two smaller seminars for interested teachers before moving on to the entire staff. For my project plan, I sent out a survey via SurveyMonkey asking the teachers what they would most like to learn as well as how they felt about using the notebook software. It was 5 questions long. Out of the entire staff, 33 teachers responded. This represented about a 40% response rate. The majority of the teachers that responded felt like they were familiar with the software's basic functions, but lacked any real knowledge on the advanced functions, although some of the teachers did freely admit that they knew very little about it and rarely used the software at all. Based on these responses, I created 2 different presentations for the interested parties, one that was more advanced and one that only covered the basic functions of the program. Over the summer, I spent a large amount of time creating the 2 different presentations in a manner that I hoped the teachers would find useful. Halfway through the summer, I received notice that the entire administration at my school was being reassigned. Everyone from the academic coaches to the administrators, principals, everyone was gone. The principal that had given the go-ahead for my project was no longer there. This dramatically changed how the seminars would be presented. Instead of coming back in the fall ready to complete the trainings I had spent so much time on, I was coming back to a completely unknown situation. This threw all of my plans completely off track. Towards the end of the summer, I contacted some of the teachers and asked what their opinion of the situation was. The seminars still needed to be completed, but they had no more information than I did on what was going to happen at the school when we started back. I asked them to contact some of the other teachers that had responded to the survey and see what they wanted to do. I told them I needed to give the seminar regardless of how many people showed up. When we met during pre-planning, I asked if they would like to have the seminar in an abbreviated form during a free day before the students came back. It was agreed by most of the teachers there that this was probably the best way to handle the situation. So we met in my classroom on the last day of pre-planning to conduct the seminar. 19 teachers showed up. Since many of them were either first-year teachers or teachers with no experience using the notebook software, I made the decision to put the advanced presentation on hold and focus solely on the more basic presentation. The seminar, which turned out to be much shorter than I had originally planned, still provided adequate time to cover the essentials of the notebook software. I was able to get through the bulk of the presentation, although I was frequently stopped by many of the teachers with questions. The seminar actually ended up turning into more of a hands-on learning experience than I had originally planned. There was more give and take going back and forth than just a presentation. The overall consensus, however, was that this was a much better way of doing the seminar than what I had planned anyways. So it did end up working out all right. The original evaluation plan and the one that actually occurred were 2 entirely different things. Originally, I had wanted to do a series of professional learning seminars. Every time we had one, the teachers would use the knowledge they had gained and create a short lesson with the notebook software based on the particular skill they learned about that day. When all the professional learning seminars were complete, the teachers would create a final lesson based on a common core standard for their specific grade level. The lessons would be placed on a folder on the school's local network drive for other teachers to access. This would give all the teachers access to many different lessons and also allow the teachers to demonstrate what they had learned. The teachers would be able to practice what they had learned in the seminars, as well as giving other teachers access to many different types of files. Unfortunately, this was no longer an option since giving multiple seminars was out of the question. I instead sent out a follow-up survey to all the teachers that had attended the seminar. They were asked to rate the seminar and describe how and if it had helped them. All but one of the teachers responded, saying they felt much more comfortable with the software. I still needed more concrete data, so I visited the teachers in their classrooms over the next 4 weeks. I asked them if they had created any notebook files in their own rooms since the seminar. 12 teachers said they had found a pre-made notebook file that they had used, and 5 did state that they had created one of their own. 2 teachers admitted they had not used the software at all since I had given the seminar. Reflections and what I learned. First of all, there need to be several follow-ups to this seminar. Either more professional learnings, small group lessons, or one-on-one coaching needs to occur before the teachers will ever feel truly comfortable with this software. Ongoing support is desperately needed and warranted. After I completed this capstone, I feel that I've gained a great deal of knowledge about the process of technology coaching and facilitation. I learned how to implement and control a major project, as well as remain flexible enough to make changes when needed, as evidenced by the abrupt changes to my original plan. This was the largest project that I've ever created and implemented. I learned that much research is needed, both on how to create a project, as well as information on the actual program, the notebook program itself. I had to learn how to share the knowledge in a way that was easily understandable to the audience. I think this project made me stretch my comfort zone considerably. I'm usually not one to take charge of anything. I definitely will help out as needed. I work well on a team, but for this project, I had to definitely step up and take charge some. I did learn that in order to be a good technology coach, you have to remain fluid and flexible. There were so many changes between my initial proposal and my final project. I had to learn how to make changes on the go and alter my initial desires to meet the needs of a new school. Overall, I did enjoy the project, although hopefully the next one I undertake will not have anywhere near as many twists and turns as this one did.